Welcome back to another episode of the Shit Stick of Life podcast. I'm Kortney Wilson. Let's get into it. Welcome, everyone, to the Shit Stick of Life podcast. Today, I have two of my favorite humans joining me, two of whom I've never met in person, but still some of my favorites. Catherine, Cat Belknap, and Natalie Nat Telfer, better known together as the duo Cat and Nat. Y'all, they are more than content creators. They're best friends, mothers, true speakers, and the co-founders of a community that helps women and moms feel seen, heard, and unfucking filtered. With 7 kids between them, yes, you read that right. They've turned the chaos of motherhood, the pressure of social media, and the real work of friendship into something that millions lean on. Cat and Nat launched their mission from a place of loneliness and isolation in motherhood. The duo began by hosting moms-only dinner gatherings, which I absolutely love because I did that myself, in Toronto. Wine allowed, of course, babies not invited, and these meetups quickly became the backbone of a broader online community. Their goal? To shatter the myth of the perfect freaking mom. Y'all,
that's the best intro I've ever heard. I'm like, can you borrow that?
You know why also it's good? I mean, she must have gotten it from somebody who must have wrote it.
No, it's her, maybe.
But what's great about that is because so often people are like, okay, tell us who you are and how you started. You just did it for us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to get into the shit stick of life, y'all. I don't need to tell the story from the beginning, though we will, give you an opportunity. Guys, I'm so happy you're here. We were just basically shooting the shit before the podcast, before we started rolling, and we were like, oh my God, I feel like we are in one of your mom's group, dinner parties right now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm ready to come to Nashville and sit there with you and just
get a cocktail and let's lay it
out.
out.
Let me tell ya, y'all are welcome any freaking time to come to Nashville, and you should, and make it a girls' night or girls' weekend, and you can all stay with me, and we'll do another podcast with like all your girlfriends. So that's in the books for sure.
Can't wait. Doing it.
So, okay, how long have you been friends for real?
Since 9th grade, actually, which is.
Who knows how long ago?
No, it was a lot of years ago. The years just keep getting faster and faster and longer, and I keep saying like the same amount of time, and I'm like, ooh, it's longer. You know when you like don't add the years that keep going? I'm like, oh, we started this like 9 years ago. Oh no, that's not possible. Like 13, whatever. It's crazy. It's been a long time.
So friendships evolve. Have you always been best friends, or has it does it ebb and flow where other people come into your lives?
No. Like when we were younger, I don't think you just spend time with people and you don't even know what's what. You don't know which way's up. Like we're not like Americans. I feel like they have a very different conversation around best friends, and like we as Canadians, I feel like we were groups, and I feel like we just had groups of friends, and then you have your like besties within groups, but it wasn't like, we were naughty in high school, and that's how we bonded, was being not really, really naughty. And I think we
have you ever talked about the naughtiest thing you've ever done in high school?
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is that when I came to the high school, it was like, this is what it was like for us, is like the bell would ring and everyone would go in after lunch, and she'd be standing there, and then I'd be standing there. She'd be like, want to come to my house and like we'll smoke a joint and eat a bagel? And I was like, fuck yeah, I don't want to go to school. And then I'd be like, after we were done that, I'd be like, okay, we're going to go back for the last period. And she's like, I'm not going back. And then I'd go back, and I remember being in class, and I was like, hi. And I was like, oh God, this was a terrible idea. Next time I'm never coming back to school.
And when we were younger, they used to write notes. Like your parents could write a note to excuse you.
Yeah, but you could write your own note.
Obviously. So we just started, once you figure out, you just write notes and they take it like face value. I mean, school's a write-off. Like this whole, now it's kind of emails. If your kids can hack your email, then, but you can see it's been sent.
So was Kat the instigator?
Yeah. I was like the idea. I had the house. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, she had a house, and her mom didn't she worked, so she wasn't there.
Yeah.
And it was really close to school, so it was the spot. And then over the years, we always stayed in touch. Like even after high school, it was like we had these there must have been some, oh my gosh, invisible string that was bringing us back together, because other people I never spoke to again from that group. And then it was when we had the two of us were the first of anyone we knew to have babies. And then we were like, oh. So it was like, it was meant to be that we stayed
And you're
in
still
touch.
in the same community. You're both in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Are you in Toronto?
It's so boring.
I live like 2 blocks from like the high school that we went to.
No way. You still both live in that same area?
This is very Canadian.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Canadians.
Big city Canadian.
You guys all go all over the world.
Yeah.
We as Canadians come back to where our like the community we grew up in. You walk to the hockey rink and you're like, oh,
I went to
please
preschool with them.
Yeah, or I slept with them in high
Yes.
school. Like those you're like, oh God.
That's the reason to move away.
I know.
And we don't.
But
and then your kids end up on the same team and it's awkward.
But we did import our husbands from outside the circle.
Yeah. So they have no idea.
They don't know anybody.
And they have real jobs. And those real jobs have I say real jobs because I don't think I have a real job. I'm like, I have a job. Yeah. They have, like 9 to 5 jobs, right? So their jobs have never taken them to another city or an opportunity in another city where you had to face that.
But no, they're not allowed. No.
Like, so mine moved here moved to Canada for me with and was with the same company. And then he took me away to Vancouver for 1 year. And
that didn't go
when
well.
you have this kind of a support system, I was like, all of our family moved back to Toronto after like school.
Yeah.
Most all of our friends. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm not doing this in Vancouver. Vancouver was lovely and I had a great year, but I had to come home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Before we get into some shit stick of life stories, right now is a wild time in history. I wake up, we're doing this morning podcast, which I usually do in the afternoon simply because I turn on the news and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So if your friendship right now had a theme song, what would it be? Now in this time in history.
If there was one that was like, well, first of all, I don't know if you know, but in Canada, we don't get all news is blocked on.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky
on social media. So when everyone sometimes is talking about the world, we're like, we have to go to another source, but then our Apple News is like $25 a month. Like, so a lot of us are just like, it's so expensive. So we're like, oh my gosh, you have to go find the sources.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and now everything's paywalled, right? So like, even to go to like the New York Times or wherever, you're like, to get this, you have to pay, and you're like, oh my God, I can't even read a damn article. So if we
like the more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Yes,
it's always like that.
I also thought the Friends one, like, I'll be there for you. Just kind of like,
or like lean on me, because like we go back and
lean
forth.
On me,
when
you're not strong. Oh my God, I love that song. Woohoo!
Yeah, because for us, it's always like somebody's got something going on, then the other one has to rise up, and then we go back and forth.
I will say, and I think you've been in this phase, teenagers are the busiest time of life where you actually don't have time to think. I can't believe how fast the days are going because they take up so much time. We're in a vortex. If there's a song about a vortex, and I think when you talk about like looking back at your kids' years, I feel like we'll have to unpack so much in a few years.
Oh, we'll have so much to talk about.
It's
still.
like we can't. It's like we're holding on for dear life because when you have little kids, you're in a bubble and it's your life. And then
I agree with that. Yeah.
They get their life and you're like, and you lose yours.
Do you ever feel, because I definitely do, like I'll see a young family. I went to like a barbecue a couple of months ago, and my husband and I were standing there, and there was this really young several young families in the neighborhood with their little sweet kids on their little wagons. And then there was a family that looked more like mine. Like they had teenagers and older kids, and I caught her eyes. Yeah. Both of their eyes. And I walked over and I was like, you thinking what I'm thinking? And they're like, they don't even know what's about to hit them. And I was like, exactly. Yeah. Do you ever feel like you look at young parents now and go, you have no idea what's ahead of you?
I don't know.
Or do you like
think about that?
One thing I do think about, because I have, there's like 4 siblings underneath me that are all having babies. And when I have them all over the house or I'm there, I think to myself, I watch them and I'm like, I remember that feeling, and it doesn't help that I can tell you this, but like it will get easy. Like this thing that's hard right now will get easier. I don't tell them that it's going to be replaced with something else, but I let them know that frantic, like they have to follow them on stairs, or the what's in your mouth, and they're choke, like swear.
Yeah.
Babies are always choke. They always act like they're about to die and choking.
Yeah.
And I remember that. And it's like, we don't have to worry about any of that. And sometimes I think it's like, it's so cute, like seeing the babies, but I don't miss that.
Yeah.
Like
I miss babies in a different way. Like I understand why people look ahead to being grandparents now, because you can literally give them away. But I don't have baby fever, but oh my God, the idea of a newborn laying on my chest is like, just the most wonderful thing that I can think of, actually. But I definitely, how old are all of your kids? I know you have 7 between you.
Yeah. It's like almost
10 to 16.
Yeah.
Oh. 7, so it's like 10, 11, 13, 14.
Oh,
15,
okay. So you also
16.
don't know what's coming. The little part that I've just been through.
No.
What is that?
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. I would say 16 to 18 is tough, because they're pulling away from you still, but then it reverses. And then all of a sudden they're coming back to you, and there's this friendship that builds. So now, like, I'm friends with my 19-year-old. I'm still his parent. I'll be forever his parents, but now I go to the college and party with him, for family weekend, and we're like having a good time. And he's calling me, I don't even want to tell you what he's calling me about this week.
What's he calling you?
Things that I never would have spoken to my parents about, he talks to me about, which is wild.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'll be in the conversation. Oh, I'll be like, are you sure you want to tell me this? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you walk yourselves back over the last, say, over your lifetime, over your adult lifetime, especially, I have been through some stuff, and this podcast was born out of all of those things. And in the South, we were just talking about how I am Canadian. I'm also American. But in the South, my Southern friends, while I was going through really, really hard shit, they would say, "Oh, honey, you just been hit by that shit stick of life." And that's where the shit stick of life came from. And I have learned to appreciate, not exactly enjoy, but appreciate that there have been pivotal moments going through the shit stick of life that have resulted in these really great things, or at least really great learning, moments for me. Can you think, each of you, of a shit stick of life moment, something that was a turning point, something you wanted, you didn't get, but ultimately resulted in something beautiful, something like that? Because I think people, go for it.
Well, I think sometimes, we had a really unconventional teenhood. Like, really, we really did not follow the path. We really took a hard right and left when everyone else was going straight.
And every single one of our friends and family did the other thing. We were the only ones who did something different.
And I think that when
you're more traditional, you mean?
Yeah, everyone else went to university. Like, when you graduate high school, you go to university, and then you do
like I literally dropped out at 16. I didn't finish high school. I dropped out of high school, and that was sort of unheard of, and not something that a lot of people did. And I feel like it was probably harder for my parents if I was them right now and seeing everyone doing something traditional, and then me not. But I mean, I don't know how they were okay. They had no choice, because I was like, well, I'm doing this anyways.
Yeah.
But I feel like you find yourself when you have to do something that no one else is doing. And I feel like that was our shit stick of life in a big way, because when you're that young and you go against what everyone else is doing, and you're kind of the screw up, like everyone's kind of like that one, you learn to just be okay with you, and all you have is you, right? Like, because you don't have, your friends are all going to school, your friends are going to university, your friends are going to do the things, and you have you and only you. And you do have friends, but they're not doing what you're doing, so you don't have the same things in common that they have. So I feel like we're fortunate that we got that experience really early, and it really, I think, changed the way we live our lives, because not much can rattle us, because we were so rattled. We were so out of sorts when we were younger that you have to come, you have to grow up really fast, and you have to be okay with who you are really fast. There's no options to find out who you are, because you made a decision that you knew you had to make, and no one was convincing you of otherwise. Like, there was no convincing us. There was no anything. Like, we were just doing this.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and also I'm thinking like we joke that we haven't given our kids enough like obstacles to make them super resilient, because we think that why we can bounce back and like things don't work out, but we can
Interesting.
sort of just move forward. We're also from like divorce. Our parents were got divorced, and we were in tricky situations growing up. So it's like there's so many things that, and none of my friends' parents were divorced. None of this. So we were doing all these things throughout that life. So we got to adulthood and things didn't work out or bad things happened. We always kind of knew we're going to be okay.
Part of life.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a perfect child / teenhood, so we never expected an adult one, if that makes sense. And I feel like parents who freak out, I was talking to someone recently whose kids were like divorced, and I'm like,
Yeah.
honest to God, I'm like, in my mind, it was a blessing, because I am more flexible. Like, my kids are so unflexible in so many ways, like bedtime and like all the things that we have like valued and made important. I'm like, you guys, like, this is crazy that you need a sound machine and a fan
Girl,
to go to
I'm
bed
gonna
every
stop
night.
you right here because I actually am getting teary-eyed about this, because I didn't grow up with divorced parents, but I'm divorced and I carry a lot of guilt over it. And to hear you say that, oh my God, I was not expecting tears with Cat and Nat.
I'm sorry. No, it's a gift in a
Yeah,
big
it
way. And I
is.
think that when we make everything perfect for our kids, life isn't perfect. And the
Yeah.
faster you can understand that you're resilient and you can bounce back and
Yeah.
you can find joy always, even in the shitty moments. Like, when you're kids, you don't think as deep as when you're adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you know you can survive and carry on, like, I don't know what else you
Yeah.
can't teach it, you have to earn it.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
earned it really early. And so, like, if you are carrying guilt, really, you're giving your kids life lessons to choose how they move forward. And how are
Yeah.
they going to earn it? Because you're not learning it, so you're going to earn it some way. So like, they earned it. And
my middle one actually is his name's Sully. He talks about this a lot. He goes, Mom, I feel like, they had a great upbringing, by the way, but
Yeah.
divorce really sucks. And divorce during COVID really, really, really sucked. I actually was just listening to, I don't know if you know Jen Hatmaker. She's actually going to be on the podcast soon. And I was listening to her book and how awful she's like, divorce sucks, but during COVID, it was like another, level. But my middle child is actually talking about it now, like you just did. Like, he's like, Mom, I feel like I can conquer anything, having gone through that. It was tough, but like, now I know that that's just life. And I was like, oh my God, that's kind of depressing. He's like, well, no, it just means you can find your happiness.
Yeah.
And so he's able to have those conversations now, but I'm not sure that is, everyone's got their journey. All my kids have their own journey.
I think it's the narrative, though, that we talk
Yeah.
about too, right? Like, it's the narrative that us as parents, like, it's okay. Like, not everything's going to work out, but it doesn't mean you're loved less. And not everything's going to be like, no life is perfect. No life is perfect. And it looks perfect for everybody else, but it's not. And that's okay. Like, that's totally okay.
Fair. And I say this a lot of times to my kids. I'm like, whether, I go over to Ethiopia and do work, in one of the poorest parts of the world, and there are issues there. And then I also have, friends who are trust fund babies, and they also have issues.
Yes.
And everyone is on their own journey to figure their shit out. And I think that no matter where we come from, part of life is actually overcoming obstacles. That's actually where all the teaching moments are.
Yeah, it's just on that. I was thinking, when we were talking about like in the when is the shit stick of life hit us, and how we told you our experience, but I now am seeing it with my kids when something happens, and I sit back and I think to myself, oh my gosh, they are learning so much they're learning so much in this like this bad time. It feels really bad right now, but they're gonna come out of it having learned so much more than if they were just like floating through perfection.
Okay, so on that note, because I love this, I am not an enabler as a parent. I don't know if are either of you enablers, because we all have our thing.
I don't know.
Probably in some capacity. Like, it depends on the kid and on the day. Like, for sure. Yeah, probably.
So I want them to own it, to see it for the same reason Nat just said, because I think that's where the lesson is. And if I sugarcoat it or sweep it under the rug or save them, then I feel like I haven't given them the tools to handle this on their own.
Yes.
How do you, let's talk about, you have multiple kids. Do you parent them differently? Because
oh my God, for sure. But this is what's hilarious about us is, we are very, like, we fully have, actually, the Instagram, was like, you two have ADHD. It's crazy. This was like, we only went to like get diagnosed recently because they were like, you two are the most ADHD people I've ever met in my life. I'm like, really? And then I was talking to one of my psychiatrist friends and she's like, you are like gold star for it. I was like, oh my God. But what that's done is made our kids not rely on us for much.
Yes.
Because they pack
because you have no follow through.
Yes.
They know the form's not going to be done. They know we're not going to, go to parent teacher interviews when we're supposed to sign up. They know the teacher's got to be, guys, like, which is shitty for the teachers. I'm so sorry. Like, that's what we do to you, because that's not fair either. But like we're very much like, let's go do this. Actually, don't want to do that anymore. So they have gotten some resilience through us because we don't have the follow through and we're not as
it's like they're more responsible than we are.
Totally more responsible than us. And they take charge of their lives.
Last night my son said, could you please do this thing? And then I sat there and then he's like, sitting there, he's like, have you done it? I go, not yet. He goes, do you want me to set a timer and check back in 10 minutes, or are you going to do it?
Oh my gosh.
She's like, do it now before you forget. Yeah, she wanted me to sign her for more classes.
Yeah.
She's 10.
Yeah.
Do it now, please.
Yeah.
Your son is me. Your son is me, basically. I'm your son. Which is actually funny because my daughter, my middle one is all over the place. He's ADHD. He's actually been tested. When they did the test, he was like, oh my God, how has it taken you this long as a mother to not recognize this? Which was a moment for me. But my youngest, who's actually adopted, is the opposite. She's the one that would set the timer or put share a Google Calendar thing with me to say, hey mom, did you see that? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've created a monster.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you parent differently? Because I know you're both acknowledging you're both ADHD, you're both like obviously super fun and carefree, but where does it differ?
Like between the two of us?
Between the two of you.
Oh.
I thought you meant between each kid. She yells, I don't. But she has 3 boys, I don't. And I don't like she doesn't have time for feelings. I'll have all the feelings. Like I'll listen, like, I'll sit and beat the shit out of what they're feeling. Natalie's like, take an Advil, you're fine. But I'm heartbroken. Here's an Advil, just carry on. We make a joke of it, like it's actually hilarious. And her daughter will be like, my mom, she doesn't like to talk about it. And I'm like, it's okay, we can talk about it. That's why you have 2 people, you know what I mean?
You're kind of co-parenting the two of you together.
Yeah. And then my daughter's a lot like her. So like they're carbon copy. Like my daughter's literally I birthed Natalie. And so
we have the same like thoughts in our
head.
They
could have a conversation and be the exact same person. So I talked to Natalie about like how to handle that situation. Like it's a good balance. And I would say her daughter's more like me. So we have like a very good balance. And then our sons are just kind of one. Like they're one clump. And then we have a baby, Chloe, who is not Natalie's best friend and gets jealous if she pays attention to Chloe has friends over and Natalie pays more attention to them. She's mad at Natalie and we'll be like, give her the attitude. So it is a very large, it goes back and forth. She's like, is Natalie coming today? She's like, my best friend. Like, let's get our nails done, Natalie.
Yeah, I don't need my friends coming over. Natalie's coming over.
Natalie's coming, literally. She's like, I'm just going to call. They call each other. I'm going to call Natalie. I'm like, okay, Chloe.
How old is she?
10.
Chloe? 10. Oh my
10.
God. So do your kids ever lean on the other parent? Like
yes.
And do they ever
1,000%.
ask you to be secretive about it?
No,
they know better.
No.
It's
Especially they're too open, like you said. I'm like, can you get your own life? Like, I don't need to know everything. You know what I mean? I'm like, actually, our daughters are best friends, and I know they share more than they share with us, which is great. Like, I don't need to know everything. And they have their own little relationship, and they are definitely like sisters. So I mean, it is very intertwined. Our sons are also best friends and go to school together, but different ages. And then our babies are best friends, but they're getting to that age where, 10 and 11. But when it's just the two of them, they're fine. But when other people come into the mix, they make fun of them.
Are either of you a snooper? Nat, you go first.
It's so funny. I was saying, 2 days ago, I knew all of like their passwords on their phones, but I didn't know if anyone had reset it. So I was like, I had this moment. I was like, everybody send over your passwords for your computer and your phones. And like they sent them over, and because I was like, oh gosh, like what if I forgot one of them? I needed to get into one of their phones, and I forgot his password. I was like, oh, this is dangerous.
Like you needed to get into the phone to snoop.
I don't remember why I needed to get into it. I just needed to get into it. And one of them was like, oh, so then you're going to go and like, I know you're going to go and read my messages. And I was like, actually, I'm not unless I feel like I need to, I'm not, I don't want to snoop. I feel like if I snoop, I might like find, like, I don't think I'm going to find anything, but I might find things that I don't want to see, that I don't need to see. But I was said to my son when he's like, you're going to read my messages. I go, that's what your brothers do. They take your phone and read your messages, not me.
Our kids do.
And then tattle on you if need be.
Yes.
Are you, Kat, a snooper?
No, I'm too disorganized. I will say though, the younger one I've got to keep my eyes on, because I got into her phone and they all have their messages on Face ID. So you can't read their messages unless you have Face ID. I didn't even.
That's
also
bullshit.
deleted photos.
We have a whole guide on parental settings, and I did not know my 10-year-old, which I promptly took off, but they do it because they don't want their friends reading their messages if they go somewhere. And
that's actually kind of smart.
I know it's smart, but I also, girls in the digital age are trickier. It's a trickier situation. So, I mean, that's the one. She doesn't have any of the apps, but I'm going to have to watch that one for sure. Just, and her sister is all over all of them. So
and do you feel like you become more loosey goosey the more kids that you have, the older that you get?
Yeah.
Because I for sure, like I was way.
What's that? Tired. Just more tired. Just ran out of patience.
I mean, I feel like I'm in my 9th month of parenting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm almost done, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. I used to be like, I like owned it. I love motherhood, and I do love motherhood, but it's been fucking exhausting the last few years.
So, it's time for something new. I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. I just told Nat, I'm like, you're going to have to save some patience and time right now, because you're really going hard on the first one. And I'm like, you got 3 more behind. I'm like, you better slow that acceleration down, because you are going to run out of steam.
100% agree. Every mom that I talk to, when I say, both like either on the podcast or privately, like, are you podcasting? Are you parenting, your youngest differently than your oldest? And 100% the answer is yes. And I feel a little sorry for my oldest, to be honest, because I was a little harder on him, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And at that point, I thought I was going to be like this perfect parent where I was like, we weren't going to get into trouble and we were going to figure it all out. And we're going to have this perfect open relationship. And that's just not the way that it goes, right? So by the time I got to my third one, I'm saying things like, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to go screw up. You don't have to be perfect. She's the one that's a little, easier to parent.
No,
are your
if you
boys
have the energy to parent all your kids like you did the first one, you're a total psycho. Like I can't imagine.
Let's go with that psycho. Easier girls or boys parenting?
Different. I don't think there's one or the other.
My son watches, and he's like, I do not want to have girls. That looks like she and all of that is too much. If I have a girl, I don't want it. He's like, hopefully by the time I have kids, you could choose what you want, because he's like, I don't want that. But then again,
Really?
thank God I have a girl, I feel like. Um uh you know what? I haven't made it all the way through yet, so I don't know what's harder. Like the boys haven't really given it to me yet.
Uh-huh.
In a like a really like a mental way, like the girl's always been there, like in the head. The boys are more of like it's been like a physical parenting, like stop that, don't do that, clean your body, move your stuff.
Right. But plus you're less emotionally inclined to like get into the deep emotional stuff. So that would make
Right.
parenting a girl just harder.
Yeah,
Just
no,
because
I
they're
definitely thought
yeah.
about myself more like a boy mom.
Yeah, that's when you just pass them on to, your friend. Go next door.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys I love your content. I've followed y'all for years, and as a content creator, it's tough. I feel like you guys don't overthink it, but I know better because it's still a business. So, what was the first piece of content or idea you ever created together that
Oh, like the live. Oh, sorry.
no, that failed?
Oh my God, everything. Always.
Every day something fails.
What was the
Everything.
biggest, like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing, and it just like, bleh.
I can't even remember. Honest to God, when I say like we move on so quickly, like I can't even. I everything.
And just sometimes, like, usually if it does, the worst is when you're working with a brand, and the brand wants to put words in your mouth.
Yes.
And when we tell them it's not going to work out, but that's just what they want to do. So we're like,
oh my
okay,
God,
fine, we're
Nat,
not
my
surprised.
assistant over here is like nodding her head
Mhm.
like this
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we go through this all the time, almost with every brand.
Yeah.
Because they have a script in mind that they think is going to tell their story. And I'm like, y'all,
Mhm.
you have me to tell it for you in my way to my
Mhm.
followers.
Mhm.
It's yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, so
It's like the brands don't understand that the relationship we built with our followers
It's not theirs.
It's not theirs, and it's not just business. Like, these people we have a relationship with that, like a personal relationship. So if all of a sudden we put on and act like somebody else, they're like, that's not my friend Cat and Nat.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so is there a dream brand that you'd like to work with? Put it out there right now.
Like,
Is there a brand that you're like, damn, I would
say like
love?
a really high end airline. Okay.
Airline? Oh, an
Yes.
airline, like yeah. Okay.
Like I've never been on one of those ones, like what
Like they have like gold eggs and
Oh
like
my God.
cars.
You guys would be perfect for that because it would be hilarious. You
Yeah,
pulling
yeah.
out
And
all
like
the
you could
bells
just
and
share a bed
whistles.
and like bring a dog, like
Oh
you're like, my
my gosh.
dog is lying in a massive bed with me. I'm like, this is the weirdest thing ever.
It's free flights to anywhere on fancy airline.
Okay,
Like, I mean, there's an extra
you.
couple seats they could just put us on. Like, just get me on there.
Me?
We should try to get like 5 or 6 girls together and do a brand deal together on a girls trip. We
Yeah.
create bridesmaids where we drink too much.
Yeah.
And blow that thing out. Wouldn't that
What
be
was
fun?
the airline that, like, when in Sex and the City they all went to Dubai?
Oh, yeah. No, what
Emirates?
Emirates.
You're welcome, Emirates.
Oh, and the Emirates, like, their flight attendants look so posh, and amazing. Yeah, that airline, that one.
Okay, if I can pull together a brand deal for this, y'all are coming. We're figuring it out together, and I
Love
have
that.
a few other people that I think would be hilarious on this trip, and that's the kind of content they need because, first of all, girls trips. Okay.
Yes. Just yes.
Yes. Okay. I want to take us through a couple of rapid fire questions right now before I get into what's coming next for y'all. So, best mom hack nobody is talking about.
Oh my God. Oh, ChatGPT, their hockey schedule, dance schedule.
ChatGPT?
like T-ing, like chat GPT-ing.
It sounded like you said,
So
I thought that was a different chat GPT for teens.
GPT-ing, their dance schedule, their hockey schedules, putting them in and saying, tell me when and where I have to be, like without having to read all of everyone else's games.
Are you
and
kidding
then it gives
me?
you, yeah, that's the best thing you could ever do. Because if you've seen a dance schedule, you are like about to, you can't even, you have to keep going back and forth. And then you can just print off Saturday, be there 2 hours before. So show up at 8, dance at 10:02.
My gosh.
That's a really good
Yeah,
one.
I'm
for
dealing
hockey
with
dance.
cheer,
Put them
but
just drag and drop.
Drag and drop. Okay.
I also, not to plug what we do, but we did create that screen sense guide, and a lot of parents are really struggling with a lot of their children's issues and their own. And if they were able to implement our screen sense guide, their lives from an emotional level for both the teens and the parents would immediately be lifted if they just did
Okay,
this.
tell me. I don't know about screen sense. Tell me.
Honest to God, it came out of a place where Natalie and I were sitting there, and when you see your kids on their phone for so long, it makes you want to vomit. And when you have your phone, you're on your phone too much, and you feel gross, like you feel sick.
And you go to someone's house, and they're always just yelling at their kids about being on the phone, but then nothing happens. It's just like a constant annoyance.
So I was up north, and I was with my brother, and him and his daughter were fighting about her screen time. And I looked at him, and then I was like, why don't you just give her a certain amount of hours? If she burns through it, that's it. You're done. But you give her some control, and it's not you constantly saying yes and no.
Which, by the way, is a life lesson for budgeting time, money,
everything.
Time, money, everything. Yeah.
And then we went and built 130-page guide of every setting, every app, every privacy setting. How, as a parent, you can kind of help them manage. And it's not about discipline. It's about habit building, so that when they go to university and they're on their own, their habits are not going to change. They're not magically going to be off their phone for 9 hours. They're going to still be on their phone for 9 hours. So how can you teach them the habits to sustain lifelong? And we all need it too, by the way. We're all terrible on our phones as well.
We should set our own settings for ourselves. And even though it's 130 pages, we told you the kind of students that Cat and I are. It is it's so easy to follow. And
they're stick men telling you how to do it.
It's exactly right. It's step by step. It's so easy, and you don't have to do it all at once. But every time you do, and it's not about being a creep, and it's like to your kid. It's not about stalking them. It's literally about creating a healthier dynamic for everyone. Because Kat and I, we like to have fun, and we like to like our kids, and we like to get along. So if there's one less thing we can argue about, then this is creating space for something better.
And my daughter,
y'all, we're putting this in the show notes for sure, because I didn't.
And she's 16, and everyone's like, I can't believe your 16-year-old has screen time. I'm like, I'm sorry, does your 16-year-old have a curfew? Like, do they have a curfew? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, it's no different. You're just parenting them online rather than parenting them in the real world. It's no different.
Which could be more online could be more dangerous than downtown
online
Toronto.
Is more dangerous.
Yeah.
Period.
So,
full stop. Yes. And I don't understand why this would be a surprise to anybody. I mean, this is parenting in 2025. I mean, this is the biggest obstacle.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We don't know.
No.
And a lot of parents don't it's this different thing that we didn't have with our parents, but if you people are like, I couldn't take the phone away from my kid, or I couldn't track my kid. They wouldn't let me. What? Like, you're the parent.
I got to tell you, I don't think I've ever told this story, but my daughter, I went to her Instagram page one day, and I saw somebody had responded or commented on a cute picture of her, talking about how cute she was. So of course it looked like a guy. I clicked through. This guy looked a little older. I was like, I didn't like it. Gave me the heebie-jeebies. So I did a little digging. I did a little snooping. And I couldn't find enough information to satisfy the fact that this kid was probably her age. He definitely was not. And so I pulled her aside. I did go through. I'm not a snooper either. So I used to be a little bit more, but now I don't want to. I want them to, I want to do it enough and have enough of a glimpse into what's going on so that I can address issues like this. But I don't have time, quite frankly, to navigate their life every day and micromanage it. But I pulled her aside, and we started talking about it. And she said, well, he did ask me to meet. And I said, no. And I said, let me explain to you from my perspective, all of the things that are going through my brain right now. And I know I'm going to sound like a crazy mom. Okay.
Yeah.
But Nashville is also one of the sex trafficking capitals of the country.
Oh, okay.
So I said, this guy, this beautiful black man that is commenting on your photo, who looks to be about 25, you're excited to get that, that rush of somebody telling you you're cute. But then he says, hey, you know what? Walk down to, we live in an area called 12 South in Nashville. Walk down to the park and meet me, bring your dog, whatever. And I was like, and you go, and somebody there who looks like this guy meets you and brings you over to the car. It's no different than the like kid in the candy shop type of situation, except he's like, oh, I've got dog treats for your dog. And you're gone.
Yep.
And all I have is this damn comment to work with. You're gone forever. And she was like, oh my God, Mom. I said, happens every day.
Yeah.
Happens every day in America. And I was like, and this is why, we have to have this open conversation. Because if I don't present this to you, we're not living in a day and age like we were when I grew up, where I didn't come home till, 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night. It's just, it just can't happen.
Yeah. And by the way, those men and people are smart enough to go and friend all of their friends.
That's
so
right.
They
look like
feel like they know them. They're like, but they're friends with them. They're fine. They go there.
That's
and you're
right.
Like, have you seen their faces? They're like, well, I've had kids in my car who are dating people they've never seen.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
hold on, but they're mutuals. And you're
that's
like,
right.
They can be mutuals with anybody. Like
that's right.
I'm
so,
like,
and all these
oh
parents, I think as I've gotten older and, obviously parenting older children, I'm recognizing that once I realize it's time, and I recognize this honestly really early. This is one area where I can pat myself on the back. But when you are thinking about talking to your kids about something, it's probably too late. So you better be on social media. Just I mean, that's like the best parenting tool you can be, is to be on social media to see what's going on, to understand how to navigate on their level of what's going on, because they don't know and we don't know. Everything's new. AI is new. Okay, let me get back to this is turning out not to be for rapid fire, but coffee or wine, both of you?
Wine. No, coffee. Tequila.
Tequila.
And vodka.
You're a woman after my own heart. Nat, you're wine?
Yeah.
Text or call?
Text.
Oh, shut up. You love calling.
Only you.
Oh my God. FaceTime. That FaceTime face?
Only you.
Oh my God.
I don't call anybody else.
Okay. She definitely is a caller, and then we're also texters.
But only you.
Okay, just only me. We're always text.
This is their fight. Okay. Stay up late or wake up early? I feel like I can answer this for both of you.
I'm wake up early. She stay up late. Unless we're together, then she loves to go to bed early and wake up early.
Oh, not what I was expecting. Who's more likely to cry at graduation? Oh my gosh. Cat.
Depends if she's medicated. Natalie. If she's not medicated, she's bawling.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were not the emotional one.
Well,
funny thing
is, I don't talk about the emotions, but I have them inside, but I also I have my medication allows me to not everything would be way too surface. I can't even watch like American Idol if I'm not on my pills without crying about everything.
So I can't either, but I don't mind it. It's almost like how I reset my nervous system.
I know it feels good, but I don't my kids look over and they're like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, I don't want. Maybe if I lived alone in
you cry all day,
all by myself.
Yeah, no, I saw a horse video the other day of a horse in downtown Nashville. I'm not even going to get into it because then I'll just start crying. But I haven't stopped thinking about this damn horse that basically was worked to death.
My pills would make you forget what you saw.
And I'd like, Natalie, it's the circle of life, and this is terrible, but here's what we can do about it.
Okay, go to Uber or takeout order.
Go.
Well, we a lot of McDonald's.
Yeah.
A lot.
Filet of fish for me.
We order food all the time.
Yours?
Filet of fish. I'm a pescatarian, so it's the only thing I can have at McDonald's, but I love it.
I heard that for people who like fish, that the filet of fish is delicious.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We've ordered so much food that our kids don't want us. I don't want to order it.
Yeah. Last night, I had the kids everywhere, and they were all leaving at other times. And the one came home, and he likes a home cooked meal. I'm like, you have to order, and he's like, oh,
yeah.
Whereas
oh my God, give these girls a brand deal for that. Jeez.
Yeah, but if back in the day, if my mom had said that we were going to order food, I would have been like, I won the lottery. That's
Same.
so you couldn't order food.
Yeah,
But
Friday night pizza nights. I lived for
Yes.
it.
Oh.
Our kids hate pizza because we overdid it.
Well, they're sick.
Exactly.
They hate pizza.
Okay. Bucket list vacation destination.
Oh my God, this is changing regularly. I have to tell you, it was Banff for a really long time. And then we actually went there and it was gorgeous. I would like to go back there. I would say, God, we've been to so many places. Where would you want to go?
Like maybe that, like, well, maybe like, you know, those houses on the water. Is it like Bali? Like,
I heard it's not great anymore.
okay, not that. I don't. You know what? I'll go.
Like a four seasons somewhere where like if you blink, they're like they put eye drops in your eye because they think your eyes are like wet and or no, like dry, and then it's like you're like, oh, I want some fresh fruit, and then it's like a
it
giant
appears before you. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever the fanciest place is,
where we don't have to think, and it's
Yeah.
great people watching where you can sit and see. Like we went, I don't know if we have time for this, but we went to Santa Barbara and this the Ritz-Carlton, and there was basically sex in the pool.
Oh yeah,
all day. It was
adult only vacation.
No, there was like someone on their baby moon, and then people dry
it was just the two of us though.
Yeah, we just sat there drinking and watching the scandalous go down. The rich people were going off. They were popping off. We don't know what was going on. Affairs, escorts. It was great.
And then there was this guy that walked in with such swag, and I was like, I recognize him, and then just Googled, and he was an actor in lots of movies.
Oh yeah, and he was talking so loud about his life, and we could hear everything.
Oh my God, I'm very jealous. Now I want to be friends with y'all so I can go on this trip.
Rich people are so interesting.
They are so interesting. It is the best
so
people
loud.
watching. Yes, and they want everybody to hear it, so they're not afraid.
I want to hear it.
Yeah. So, okay. Now I'm feeling, deal with Emirates to get us somewhere magical and crazy.
Yes.
And we're going to put this together. I'm actually not kidding you. I think I'm going to try to put this together. Girls' night. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay. What's next for y'all?
Well, on that note,
track and field.
It's cross country today. But on that note, we are because we always wanted to have the best like girls' night out ever, and so that's when we started like our tour and doing shows. So we are going to do 2 shows in Canada next month, and then we have our big one that we do annually in Toronto. So that's next, and then there's lots of little things here and there, but we're just
parenting the shit out of life. It's a shit stick of life in parenting right now because we're about to do the college and university jump.
Oh, are you going to do Canadian, colleges?
Yes, we're not rich.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I tried to get my kids to go to Canadian colleges because I was like, oh my God, with the exchange, and also it's just way less expensive. But it didn't fly with them. But
it didn't fly. Yeah.
Okay, wait. When are your shows next? When are your shows? I'll fly in.
Toronto is December 5th because the other one is Halifax and Moncton, which is so fun, and East Coast people are so fun.
They are. I just did the Maritimes trip this summer. It was so fun. So fun.
They're magic. Those people are magic.
Okay. I think it's called December to Remember, and I think this is our 4th year or something, and it's like just a really big.
And I think we're coming to Nashville to go out with you. So
yes. Okay. So
I'm actually not joking. I actually think we'll come to a podcast and make it a fun night.
Yes. No, I'm not kidding. Nashville. Have you ever been?
Yeah, we did shows there. Yeah.
Okay. So freaking fun. We'll do all of the things. We'll do the pedal taverns downtown. We'll go to the Ryman. We'll drink on Broadway. We'll do tequila shots.
We have a few people in Nashville that we want to see. So yeah, let's just do that.
Oh my God, yes.
And if you want, you can even borrow my podcast room if you want. We'll do your sign up here.
Well, we're gonna podcast with you, obviously.
Well, we can of course do that, but we have so many people in Nashville that you could podcast with for the week, and you can stay here, use the room, stay in.
I love her. Oh my God! And my son's supposed to do a hockey tournament, and my husband's like, they want him to come to Nashville, and I was like, absolutely. I'm like, I go based on the city, not based on the tournament. I'm like,
seriously,
yes,
I'm not kidding you. People that know me know I do not extend this invitation unless I absolutely mean it. Y'all can stay here. We have a big old house, and you're welcome. Okay,
I
so
love you.
what's next is Cat and Nat are coming to Nashville.
I'm
They're
actually going to look at tickets now. I'm like, I'm not lying. That's how we work.
I might go to the Toronto show if I don't have a cheer meet to go to with my daughter. Yeah. Guys, you are the best. I love you so much. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And yeah, we're gonna keep in touch.
I didn't know it'd be so magical. I'm so excited. Wow.
I love you.
We have a new best friend.
New best friend. I'm putting together the bridesmaids trip. Guys, if somebody's listening and wants to throw a bunch of crazy ass moms on a plane,
I don't know who wouldn't.
Send it. Who would not want to do that, right?
To be anywhere. To be anywhere.
I'll do it.
Okay,
yes,
let's do
it.
it. I love you.
Okay.
Bye. Hey everyone, Court here, and something you may not know about me is I am a real estate agent in Nashville, Tennessee. But wherever you're moving, anywhere in the world, and yes, I did say the world, I have built a trusted network of realtors that I would love to connect with you. So no matter where you live, reach out to me and I'll do just that. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Shit Stick of Life podcast. Please remember to like or subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. Much appreciated. See you next time.